Hi guys, so welcome to your video about the River of Life exercise. The biggest reason why I love this River of Life exercise, and you noticed in the videos that I had described on your program, is that this River of Life exercise really puts everything into your life into a chart and really gives you an overall visual of basically how much you've possibly been through in your life, overcome, and also gives you time to reflect about your life. Now, this is such a powerful, powerful tool that it gives you also the reason why I love this is it helps you reflect not only on your life, but actually helps you tell the story about your life. And this is where you can make connections with people, not just women, but get people to feel more connected to you, get people to feel more understanding towards you, get people to feel more about who you are and so on. So the reason why this is so powerful is it because it does walk you through a process. So in your program, this is an extra activity that's included in the program just for curriculum activity. This is not mine. It is on obeing.org, which you're going to see here, and I'm going to link it in the actual program so you can actually follow the same thing that I'm going to go through. But I've done this program actually with my coach. My coach was the one that actually told me about this program on stuff we were working on when it came to storytelling about my life and doing speeches. And when I was doing it, I was like, this is an amazing practice for men to do in regards to telling their stories and also on a personal development level. This also gives you clarity on the things that you've been through and probably are still charged at and probably still linger in some fear, some anger, some loneliness around there that you can resolve in this program as well. All right, so the River of Life exercise is this. I want you, if you have to, you can just get a blank sheet of paper like this. But I would really encourage you to get like a poster board, like the one of those big poster boards, like if when you were back in school. I did that. Please don't take shortcuts unless you have to. Get a poster board if you can, please. Once you get a poster board, the first step of what you're going to do is you're going to reflect on your life, right? I want you to think about the course of your life. How would this river look like, right? How would the river flow? How would it look like? Would it streamline up? Would it go around in circles? I want you to really configure and design what your river would look like. What shape would it look like? What are the bends and turns? How when your situations or perspective change, was the transition smooth or was it sudden, right? So you're going to draw a river of your life, and it might have u-turns, bends and turns, a smooth transition or something sudden. There might be rocks, borders, walls, obstacles falling into the river at times, and are some points at which it flows powerfully and purposely or slows down a little bit as well. And then step two is frame. You want to draw your river of life with it bends and turns and smooth waters and rough waters and all this. But I want you to also, once you create that river of life exercise, what I want you to do is then you're going to, like here it says, label your approximate age and dates along with the flow of the river. And then from there, you're going to identify various key events in your life that shaped your story. Maybe the boulders that hit the river, maybe the walls that went up in the river, and the places where the river changed course. If you were to divide your life journey into sections, where would the section divisions occur? Name each of the section basically of your life river. Then once you do that, you're going to go into step three, which is guide. Think about maybe the various people, places, or things who have accompanied, excuse me, you along this river journey. Record these key relationships and also record these key losses in the appropriate places on your river of life. If you wish, you can also record thoughts and feelings attached to these relationships, um, that worked out in your favor, and also some losses as well. So what relationships, think about, these are some questions you can think about to help you guide on step three, is what relationships have been most significant at different positions in your life? Who has most shaped you? Have there been significant losses of relationships along the way? What groups or communities of people were most important to you? And then step number four is contextualize. Reflect on your life's journey and also trajectory. Using words and or symbols, place life events in the appropriate locations on your diagram, excuse me. Are there times of significant pain or suffering, yours or others, that shape the flow of your life river, right? What was going on in the world? Maybe locally, regionally, or around the world, to shape the flow of your life river. I remember I had one when 9/11 happened, and I put that a building actually fell in the river, right? So when I designed mine, because that was a place that I'll always remember, because I remember my teacher was crying and it was really traumatic for me. Because as a young girl, I always had dreams of the end of the world. And so I thought it was happening and I was just trying to get a hold of my mom, and all the phone lines were down. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die in my school as a little girl alone without saying, I love you, mom, or being with her. And that was like such a big thing for me. And I had to actually work through a lot of trauma in regards to this. And it actually started to play in my life, a role in my life, as when something feels unsafe, like you're not going to be able to see your partner or the people you love. And I actually had it replayed in my dreams for a very long time, until I worked with a coach and did the program like you're doing right now, to really get an understanding of it. And then step 5 is evaluate. So once you're done with these 1 through 4 steps, now you're going to evaluate. Note what has been important to you. What values, commitments, causes, or principles were most important to you at any given point in your life? Towards what goal, if any, were your primary energies directed? Or metaphorically speaking, what and ends helped you to shape the flow of your life water at a given time in your experience? So as you finish, as it says here, uh, as you finish this river of life, what I want you to understand is you're going to be able to review your whole river of life. This is your story. And you're going to look at it and say, like, what symbolizes me? What have I overcome? What made me me? And how do I feel about myself? How do I feel about my whole life? Because there's an important element to this, plain and simple, is it creates an understanding of who you are and who you've been through. And when you can see, oh, I really need to work on this. So maybe this is like something I shouldn't be talking about with women or people that I don't know yet. Let me work with my coach on it. Let me work through it on my program. Let me make it more of a powerful experience from me, because this is when you can change these stories into state of expansion and ownership. I grew from this. This is what I learned, because your river of life is going to walk you through this. So when a woman asks you, like, how did you experience 9/11? And if you still have a soft spot in there, maybe you fought in the war after 9/11 and it's still something you haven't worked through, it's hard for you to talk about, then maybe there's where you have to also get into that nitty gritty and your emotions, so you can come out powerfully. Because if you did, by the way, that is a powerful story and should always come from a place of expansion. But that's just obviously an example. There's many things in our life. Abandoned, my mother abandoned me, my father abandoned me, whatever. These things is like when my mother and my father divorced, right? How did it play an effect to you? Is it still something that you're scared of? Does it play a role in abandonment for you? So this is where you're going to look at your story and say, oh my God, I've learned so much from this. This is what I can share to bring emotional connection into my environments with women. So go ahead and make adjustments as needed. You can go ahead and watch this replay and pause it after every step, or use this link here that I'm going to link in the program as well for you to follow. I would love for you to actually, if you could, and if you would like to, take a picture of your River of Life exercise and tag me in it. I would love to see these. I love these River of Life exercises. You can tag me in it on my Instagram, so we can encourage other men to do it. Or you can also email us the River of Life exercise at team@apoloniaponte.com, a picture of it. But I would love for you to first tag me, because I don't always get those emails. My team do. Anyways, much love to you all. Enjoy this part of this program. It is literally a game changer to your conversations with people, women, and just getting closer relationships with people, and also connecting with them as well. Enjoy.